Okay, so today we're talking about trig functions using angles and standard position. This kind of coordinates with all the things that you guys have been learning, including back when we did a review of SOH CAH TOA. So really quick, before we get started, does anybody remember which one goes with cosine? Sine, good. Because it's a C, it's got to go with an S. What about the secant? Cosine. Remember S and C. Now cotan's a nice one. Cotan 1 over tangent. Good. Now you got some options here. We can do 1 over the tangent or good job. Nice work. That's tangent. So if you know that tan is if you know tangent sine over cosine, if you want cotan, you're just flipping it. Yep. Yep, exactly where you get the tangent and flip it. So cotan, you got some options how you want to handle it. Both ways are always going to be okay though. So what you guys are going to see today, and kind of for your homework, looks just like this. Right? It says that you're going to be given some point P on the terminal side of an angle theta. So theta, we just don't know what it is. Find the other 6 trig functions. Now, if they do not say you're on a unit circle, right? I put a little thing here that said no P is not restricted to the unit circle. This is just a point. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that coordinate and we're going to kind of plot a point. So if I draw myself, I don't have to make it big, okay? But if I was going to go to that point -2, -7, you have to go left 2 and then down 7, somewhere around here. It doesn't have to be perfect. -2, -7. That's our order right there. What we're going to do is we are going to create a triangle by drawing from the origin to that point. Oops, that's not really straight. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to draw from the origin to that point and then back to the x-axis. So what it does is it's going to create a triangle. Remember your triangles, they should look like a bow tie. Back when we did reference angles, I kind of showed you guys that you should always be going to the x-axis, so it will always look like a bow tie when you guys make your picture. Right? When you make a triangle, it should look like part of the bow tie, whatever quadrant you fall into. Now, using this triangle, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be labeling the sides we know. You want to think about, for this point, -2, 7, right? How many blocks would you have to have gone to the left? 2, yep. Now, we're going -2, but think about the physical blocks. What actually distance is there? 2, right? The negative just kind of shows us like what direction we moved. Same thing, if we're going down 7, you would go -7, but the distance here is just 7. Okay. Now, we're going to be creating right triangles and using trigonometry. So what we want to do is make sure that we know all the sides. So to find our other side, we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. Good job, brother. You squared. Nice. Okay, remember the A and the B are your 2 legs. It doesn't matter which one goes where. The C always has to be the hypotenuse. So let's put this in and kind of figure out what we got. Good job. Good. Now we want to keep things exact though. So can we use calculator here? No. So we're going to keep it radical 53. Now once you guys have your triangle labeled, right, we're always going to be going off of the angle being from the origin. So your central angle is always going to be close to the middle. Your theta. This is going to be like all the time. So wherever your little bow tie is, your thetas are always going to be the angle that's like towards the origin. Alright. So the second, not second thing, the third thing we're going to look for is to decide, are we positive or negative? Well, think about what quadrant we're in. We're in the A, alright, we're in the T quadrant. So since you're in the T quadrant, what is the only thing going to be positive there? Tangent. What else now? Let's go cotangent. Good. All right. So we have to keep that in mind as well. What we're going to be doing, when they say anything about 6 trig functions, what they're talking about is you actually finding the sine, the cosine, the tangent, and all those new ones we know. The CSC, yeah, the cosecant, the secant, and cosine. Okay, those are going to be our 6 trig functions. So what we're going to have to do is figure out what all 6 of these are, but it's not as bad as what it looks, right? You guys are doing a lot of stuff with SOH CAH TOA here. Okay. What, you like SOH CAH TOA? Yeah. All right, so when we're doing our SOH CAH TOA, okay, first one we want is sine. So you're going to go to your triangle here. Always go off of your central angle. So the sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So opposite over the hypotenuse. And what was it? Perfect. And what quadrant, or since we're in this quadrant, is sine positive or negative? Good job. Okay. And do we want to leave things like this? You gotta rationalize. Just get it up. Oh my God, it's just horrible. You guys rationalize all the time.
No, I mean like this whole process.
Oh.
It took forever. Rationalizing is fine. It's just the rest. The entire thing is horrible.
Okay, so that should be our final answer there. Okay. When you guys get this on your regions, this question came up earlier today. They're not going to give you a question like this where they say find all 6. They'll say find secant or find cosecant. But the first one we're going to handle today, we're going to do all 6 just so you kind of get the idea. The next 3 are not like that. Okay.
Did this get harder?
No. No, it did not. Okay. So for your cosine, when you guys look up here, well, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, so the adjacent would be your 2. And then you said over radical 53, there you go. Okay, make it negative because you're in the T quadrant. Just like the last one, you guys are going to have to rationalize. You get negative 2 radical 53 over 53. All right, what about for tangent?
Positive.
Oh, it's positive. Yes, because we're in the T quadrant. Good. And tangent should be good and opposite over adjacent. Is that what you said? 7 over 2. Good job. So this was a nice one. Do we have to do anything in that one? No. Good. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, those ones kind of stunk. But the good thing is, once we know our sine, cosine, and tangent, when I want to get the reciprocal functions, we're just going to be flipping the fractions. That's it. So for cosecant, which one do we flip for cosecant? The sine one. Good. So yeah, let's find our sine. Okay. Well, listen, this question came up earlier today too, and I think as you guys go through, you'll discover, there's lots of ways to do these problems. Is sine, was this our sine as well as this? Are those two things the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, one's simplified and one's not. So one way you could do this is you could, to kind of save yourself some trouble, right? This is what sine is. It is the opposite over the hypotenuse. It's just not simplified. Just flip this one, right? You have a lot less work you have to do that way. So
So that way it's,
so it's negative radical 53 over 7.
That way you don't have to rationalize.
Right. If you guys wanted to, you could have used this negative 7 radical 53 over 53. Now, let me just show you one time what you would get. Okay. If you decided to flip this one, we have 53 over negative 7 radical 53. I think that was it, right? So if you guys did rationalize this, what would happen to the bottom radicals? They cancel. Yep. So this would really just be a regular 53. Look at what you could do here. Cancel, cancel. And are we still left with radical 53?
Oh my God, there's so much work.
Yeah. So you get the same thing. All right, one way's not wrong. It's just a matter of this is a lot of work, this is very easy and quick. Okay. So let's look at your secant. Yeah, which one did you flip?
The
Cosine. Good. So let's go back to cos. This is the same thing. Use the easy one. So radical 53 over, was it 2? Yep, and this was negative. Good. All right, last one of our lovely trig function. Cotan theta. Okay. Let's get your tangent and split that. So what would you guys get for this one? 2 over 7. Awesome. Great. Okay. Now, you will not see all of them come out like this. All right. What you guys are going to see is like one type of question. Right. That might give you something like this with a triangle already set up. Okay. But they're only asking you to find the cotan. That's it. Yep, this would be like a multiple choice question, maybe a part 2, okay, but definitely not a 3 or 4.
Would
Now,
they give us a 3 or 4 for like the all 6, or would they not give us?
There's ones for part 3 or 4 that use these kind of ideas, but it's a different topic.
Different topic.
Yeah, so like the little pieces that we're doing right now, finding the sign of the triangle, you guys you'll say it's like one of the last chapters.
We'll learn it later.
Yeah, but you use all these little things to get a big idea. So let's see, if you guys had that point -3, 5, sometimes they're already drawn out for you. And even though we're going -3 here, it's really just a distance of 3. Take a second and see if you guys can figure out what the hypotenuse is going to be. Be very careful, it's not 3, 4, 5, because your 5 is not the large, like, it's not going to be the long side here. You copy Pythagorean theorem. Yeah. No. Because, well, think like this way. The only one that I've ever worked with is equilateral. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it has to be bigger than 7. Did you guys get radical 34? With your good. All right, so cotan. Right, we have a lot of ways to do this. Does anybody have an idea what we can do to get the cotangent? Yeah, nice. Let's find tangent. And then what could you do with it? And we're going to split. Awesome. Another way we could do that, you guys could figure out what the cosine is over the sine. Should give us the same thing. Kaylin, I think your way is going to be a lot faster though. So let's figure out what the tangent is. Right. Make sure tan is opposite over adjacent. Does anybody want to tell me what you think? Good job. 5 over 3. Nice. So we know the tangent of theta is 5/3. Now be careful though. A, S. Oh, we're in the S quadrant though. What is this? Negative. Good job. Okay. So when we want to get cotan, we need to flip. So it's going to be -3 over 5. Very nice.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah. But
I guess it just depends on which one you do.
it's not bad. Not bad. This is an example, guys, of like a multiple choice question. I just got rid of the multiple choice part for you. Right? So it's kind of exactly off a Regents exam, talking about an angle theta and standard position. Especially when you see the word standard position, it means that you're not on unit circle. Okay, so just, it's not always has to be on unit circle. Usually they'll tell you you're on a unit circle. So if it helps you guys draw yourself a little picture, -3, 2, should be somewhere up here. And we're going to make a triangle from that. So think you're going over 3, going up 2, and then we're going to connect it to the middle. Remember your theta is always in the central part. So let's see, we have to figure out our other hypotenuse. Why don't you guys take a second and do that? You also have radical 13?
Yep.
Okay, good. Alright, so why don't you guys take a second? You want cosecant, right? Make sure we know what quadrant we're in. We're in the S quadrant. Good, so it's positive. Why don't you guys take a second and see if you can figure out what is the cosecant going to be?
So you need the
Yeah, so get your sign first. Yeah. Good. Right, so now that was your sign. You want cosecant, so what should you do with that fraction? Yep, you got it. Good. So it tricks you. Did you try that? Oh, you guys are doing so good. You have to find all of them? No, that's it. Just as close as you can.
We lost
Okay.
the
Oh, all right. Good. Hi, Kaylin. Both here. Okay, so this is great. 2 over x and that's your sign. How would you do it? What would you just do so?
flip it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of that.
You don't have to because it's on the answer.
Okay.
We're like using it to get there.
The opposite is 2.
Put your little central angle in the middle.
Oh my god, it is.
So you guys got the sign was 2 over radical 13. Okay. One thing I saw most of you guys going right to this step now. Remember, sign is in our answer, so this does not have to be in simplest form. If you guys want the cosecant, we could just flip it right from here. Radical 13 over 2. If you rationalize and then flip, also okay. It'll work. You just did more than you had to. Alright, last one. Try this one out. See if you can get the secant. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that little negative. It's going to mess you up. If you're having issues, just let me know. What? Yeah. I'm having issues. Oh, okay, so look at you just simplify it. So we're going to do this. Just simplify it. What's the biggest part for the booking? Calculator?
No, you don't.
Oh, go. Sorry. Yeah.
First thing that you have to figure out.
Can you cancel those 2 or no? To like make the 2 on the bottom.
Keep going with an 8
Oh, 16 and 2.
Good job. Okay, good. Radical. Alright, so what is secant TOA? That's fine, good. So what we're going to do is figure out your TOA minus. TOA minus. So you can't over what's your adjacent?
I'm gonna get a 4 on the
Now you want to get secant. So
Fred, did you ever get your last?
no, we're going to use that.
Yeah.
So now if you want to get the secant, what do you do?
You were so pissed when like you picked them up off the ground.
No. I dropped them off.
I got somehow radical 2 over 2.
And my mom just called
I don't know how.
So they're gonna give you a new pair for free, right?
I'm underneath the year warranty. Guys, I saw a lot of you real quick with your cosine.
Glasses.
Radical 2 over.
We looked at stat live.
So when you guys go to get your secant, if you flipped it and you left it like this, this is correct. One thing that you gotta watch out for, if it says simplest form, Can we reduce it? Yeah. 16 and 2, 16 becomes a 4. So the 4 on the top and the 4 on the bottom cancel, so it's just radical 2. And notice we should be positive because we're in the C quadrant, right? How did you rank through 2 with this stuff? Not bad?
Yeah.
Right. Good. So we're going to be for homework page 377. Okay. We got it. 11, 12, and 13. Okay. If you guys want to take a picture or in the textbook and come around with that, just so you guys are kind of like in the loop with the week for next week. We have one more very, very, very short lesson on Monday. So Monday, bring your calculators if you have to use a calculator. There's no way around it. So bring a calculator Monday. It's very short. I'm actually going to give you your review on Monday. So like the end of Monday, we'll do review. Right. Tuesday, we're going to do review. And then Wednesday next week is going to be your test. Right, for chapter 9. Okay. So everything that we've done so far, you guys are done with the hard part. Monday's a calculator day, and that's it. Right? So, yeah.